All right, guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to tonight's stream. Today, we're going to be talking about Blitz. In particular, we're going to be talking about season 10 of Skirmish. Uh, we're going to be going through Dorinthia, Quicksilver Prodigy decks. We're going to be first. We're going to take a look at the meta, like what has changed since season 9. We're going to take a look at the deck list that I think is currently the best, especially for warriors. Then we're gonna play some games, and yeah, it'll be a good time. Still a little bit under the weather. I think I sound much better than last week, but uh, that's because I have discovered many things at the drugstore. Like got a good friend Dayquil here. Dayquil's pretty good. We got his buddy Nyquil, also pretty good. We got these Halls, not gumdrops, but like throat lodgings. Those help a lot. Got some antihistamines. And yeah, we're kind of drugged up at the moment. Let's just put it that way. But we're doing good. We're doing good. Okay, I do want to do a very short show and tell, and then we're going to jump to the list. So I got to show off a lot of the things that I got from Japan, but one of the things I didn't get to show off is these pair of TheCardGuyz themed chopsticks that Aaron and I got. We went to a store and they had these red and black ones with like these waves, and I was like, these are perfect. So Aaron and I have matching chopsticks now. So whenever I eat ramen, eat my noodles or whatever, I'll think of all the fond memories made in Osaka. And let's see how many you guys know the differences here. What's the like? So obviously these are Japanese chopsticks, right? Because they're from Osaka, right? So what's the difference between Korean, Japanese, and Chinese chopsticks? You may think they're all the same. They are not all the same. There are 3 types of chopsticks. And yeah, I thought these look really nice. These are red and black. Yeah, they're pretty cool. gotta have that matching color theme. I even have that going. Red or black and red. You got chopsticks engraved with your name. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and kanji as well. Nice. Those are cool. Ricola lodgings are also good. Okay, I'll have to try those. I just grabbed whatever was at eye level. Any good Jarl Blitz lists for Skirmish? Is Jarl even a legal hero for Blitz? I don't think he has a young counterpart. So yeah, unless you're talking about Jarl LL, in which case I don't know. I don't know how you can make a good Jarl LL deck. I guess you have to abuse the hell out of Awakening. So those look a bit more triangular. Well, the Japanese ones, so it has to do with like the cuisine and like the history and what was available. So the Japanese chopsticks have a pointier end, a more, deliberate end that is designed to pick bones out of fish. Because Japan, obviously being surrounded by ocean, fish and things from the ocean were part of their diet. Korean chopsticks tend to be metal because the Korean peninsula has a lot of iron ore and all of that. And Chinese chopsticks are a little bit more circular, a little bit more broad, and those are, I guess, just to pick up like the meatier chunks. Da, 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 da. I stole the idea from Brian Gottlieb. Oh, Brian's a big fan of Ricola, huh? Hey, brother. Hope you're doing well. I think they're all different sizes and length. The length actually is relatively the same. It's more about the end. The Japanese ones are pointier. The Chinese ones are a little bit circular. The Korean ones can actually be flat. Sometimes they're round metal, but sometimes they're flat metal as well, and like very thin. What's up, Josh? What are your thoughts on Fang? Ready for another Super Friends team up to break Warrior again? Hell yeah, brother! If we could get Fang into a good position, I might try him out for Memphis. So Fang, I guess let's just swap over to that, and let's get this. All right, so Fang's hero ability was released recently. So 4 intellect, 40 health, standard stuff. Royal Draconic Warrior Hero. So all of the royal synergies and the weakness to Regicide are still there. It says whenever you hit a marked hero, create a fealty token. That's the exact same text as Syndra, like the first section. If you control 3 or more fealty tokens, dagger attacks cost you 1 less to activate. Now, we get some hints here from Syndra's ability. Once per turn, instant 3 resources, equip up to 2 draconic daggers from your graveyard. This costs 1 less to activate for each draconic chain link you control. So Syndra, very likely to use her daggers and re-equip them. And because it says draconic daggers, very likely Fang and Syndra utilize the same pool of daggers. I presume there will be several types, but we'll have to see. I'm pretty sure that we will not be using Quicksilver Dagger, because Quicksilver Dagger, frankly, is kind of garbage. So Fang and Syndra are going to be sharing some daggers. I think that's pretty cool. A lot of the synergy is going to come from the set. A lot of people have messaged me saying, hey, Josh, what do you think? Any initial builds? I'm like, this is his hero text says marked hero and fealty token. So it's all about the Majestics from that set, basically. The Draconic Majestics, the Royal Majestics, the Draconic Warrior Majestics. That'll really dictate a lot about his style. But I could see some... He's operates a little bit like Boltyn in that he has to build up a little bit. So you have to generate fealty tokens. You have to keep them around. And then you can... It's kind of like a little bit like Boltyn, a little bit like Florian and Verdance. Kind of reminds me a little bit of that. So it'll take him a little bit to ramp up, but once he is online, he's going to be pretty good. I also think, I'm not really a finance guy, but if you were speccing on any card, I would spec on this card. Very likely that Fang is going to be able to attack 2 times, 3 times with each weapon, and then this starts becoming ridiculous value. For those of you who've played Boltyn, you know just how much value this card can give you during a Lumina combo. So yeah, could be interesting. Yeah. You're saying I made a bad financial choice buying 50 Quicksilver daggers. Oh God. Yeah, I do think so, because this doesn't say Draconic on it, and I have a feeling Draconic is gonna really matter. I'm guessing when Dynasty was printed, which at this point is 2 years ago, they did not have, they might have had the hunted like kind of planned out, but I think this is just incidental synergy here. Same thing with Oath of Steel. I think it's just oops synergy. What if we're gonna get another warrior attack action in the set for Olympia? You know, generally the expansion slot cards are for classes not in the set, but I could see them, you know, helping out Olympia in the expansion slot. So we'll see. Thank God I bought that for combo Boltyn. Yeah. OG Boltyn players getting rewarded because they already have Oath of Steel. Yeah, I was just about to say Oath is the build around. Yeah, Oath of Steel is going to be pretty cool. And then new one that gives you extra attack. So that's, yeah, the whisker one you're talking about, right? Where is it? Am I blind? This one. So, so I presume you're going to go Draconic Attack, Draconic Attack, Draconic Attack. Actually, probably Draconic Attack, Draconic Attack, Draconic Dagger Attack. Play all this, and if you have enough fealty, then you can just start swinging away with all your daggers because they're all discounted, right? So this daggers cost 1 less to activate. This is base. I cannot imagine daggers costing 2. That's more of like a assassin thing. So very likely this brings it to free, and then it'll synergize very well if you can attack an additional time. You know, this is basically the warrior. Now you're gonna have to get go again is the thing. So I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna work. There's probably a majestic that says your daggers get go again or something like that. But the 3 most common effects warrior get is you may attack an additional time with this weapon. This has go again and in a power buff, and this is like, you know, very classic warrior design. So we'll see. The stances also are interesting. Now obviously they specified dagger, so we're not going to be getting to use this in the other heroes, but you know, we'll see. This all looks pretty cool. This art is all pretty cool. I could see yeah, these are all painted by this or painted or drawn by the same artist. I think that I saw some posts from the artist on Twitter. So okay, let's chit chat a little bit about Blitz. But one other thing, if you guys haven't seen, Gem now looks really snazzy. Make sure to change your picture to the correct picture that that you like. Bing Boom Bravado was the closest one for me, so I switched it. And yeah, it's got all the stuff here. It just looks clean. I think they updated it this afternoon, so has everything. You have like the elo changes here and the wins and all that. And yeah, there's like pictures for each event, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, it's kind of cool that Beckoning Light is like the default ProQuest picture, but okay, yeah. So yeah, make sure you guys check out your gem profile and all that, and update it and all that. All right, so let's chit chat a little bit about Living Legend. So not Living Legend, the Living Legend of Blitz. So last season, I believe Chainbriar Dash and Reinhardt LL'd. No real surprise there. These were like some of the strongest aggro decks. Now that they're gone, Briar does take the Rosetta Thorn with her. Dash does take the Tekla Pistol. Reinhardt takes Romping Club, I believe. Yeah, so the KOs, Levias, and Blitz still going to be running around with Mandible Claws. In fact, those are 2 of the decks that we really do need to consider very carefully. They also adjusted the LL system, so they doubled everybody's LL points, increased the cap to 1,000, and then took Zen down by half. So Zen has actually re-entered Blitz. But if I recall correctly, I think he got something banned. Geez, there's so many cards banned in Blitz now. So the Tome ban is also in Blitz. Okay. Belittle was legal in Blitz. That was actually what was breaking things. So okay, so Zen still has access to... Doesn't have access to Art of War or Orion, but still has access to... No, Bonds is also banned. Okay. Okay, so we're dealing with, you know, fairs then in Blitz. Okay. So in terms of, like, heroes that we need to tech for, Victor, still considered one of the best decks. The Illusionists are just going to be kind of annoying to deal with, especially considering our build doesn't have poppers. Blaze, way up there. This is one of the decks that you really need to be aware of. This is really... this is actually a very, very interesting hero because it plays kind of like Kano and kind of not like Kano. You could extend much further into Blaze, and there are certain things that you could do with your build as well. Sigil of Solace, I think, is quite nice. AB3 is what I'm running typically into Blaze. The Brutes are still good. KO, Levia, both of them are excellent. Vincent has always been kind of a sleeper pick, but recently got some excellent tools. Surprisingly, Arakni, kind of like Yoji. These are like the... if someone brings this to your skirmish event and they're a good player, you got to have a plan for them. Let's just put it that way. Both of these are quite difficult to deal with. A little bit easier to deal with the Quicksilver Prodigy, but still, you don't really want to see either one of these. There's some Lexi decks running around as well, but other than that, I've seen some Enigma New Moon decks. Data Doll obviously recently got a ban, so that's kind of an indication that she might be good too. But we also have, you know, heroes like Aurora, Florian, Oscillion, Verdance entering Blitz as well. So, unsure of how Dori Quicksilver Prodigy plays into these. We will basically have to test and see. But that's basically that. Let's catch up with chat a little bit, then we'll take a look at the deck, and then we'll play some games. Tarantula, Toxin, and New. I think this is another one of those cards that's like really, really good. And it's interesting because you can... If you defend a stealth card with armor that has temper, that can actually mess you up. So, yeah, I think this is okay in New, but I think her deck list is pretty tight, right? Agility Stance, that's this one. Yeah, I mean, so... Oh, Agility Stance is how you get Gogan. Yeah, there you go. Chain was the season before. Okay, sure. They banned Bonds in the Tomes. Yep. It's the same as CC, basically. Yep. Blaze is one of the best. Yes, Blaze is definitely a hero that we're going to have to talk about. And that's one of the heroes that you just need to understand their card pool very carefully. My Blaze knowledge may be slightly out of date, so we'll see. AB2, 2 Sigils, 2 Take It on the Chins is usually enough against Blaze. Yeah, Sigil Take It on the Chin is quite nice. I'm a big fan of AB3 because generally you want to start second against Blaze. So AB3 just cuts down the amount of damage you take on turn 0. Kind of similar like against Kano. Back in the day, OG Dori against Kano, you wanted to go second. And that was one of the reasons you ran AB3, so you just take 2 damage max on turn 0. They had Rainbow Absorbent Aether and couldn't get there in time. Okay, yeah, I mean, there's different builds of Blaze. Blaze rare to see, though? I don't think so. I think anybody that's trying to win their win their skirmish is probably taking if they're trying to win their skirmish, they're probably taking Blaze, Victor, arguably Data Doll. KO is quite good, so like you should definitely I don't think it's rare at all to see. It might be more rare in season 9 because it was harder to get the promo. Like literally, you had to win a skirmish to get the promo, unless you went to one of the like Gen Con or those conventions. Hi, Josh. What do you think about Fang? I talked briefly about Fang. I think he's pretty cool. Going to be very dependent on the cards in the actual set, so it's hard to say. Prevention is pretty solid, but she could still get there. Yeah, you have to put enough pressure on Blaze from my yeah. The skirmish prizes are kind of lame this season, to be honest. Last was much better. Yeah, I agree. I think this season is just like the Terra stuff. So, but I just enjoy Blitz, so I'm gonna play it out. So, I mean that this playmat's pretty cool, but I mean these are kind of vanilla, but yeah, it's all right. I mean, if you play just for the love of the game. Flurry stance is the one I was trying to remember that combos with Oath. Sure, yeah. All those stances are good. Do you think Valiant Dynamos will be good for him? I hope not. I've held out on not buying them for ages. Uh, well, the legendary in the Hunted is likely a warrior helmet, unless they want to troll us and give us another arms. So we'll see. Currently 20-5 into Quicksilver. Oh boy. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good record. Yeah, cards are unfortunately all deeply unplayable. We will see. I don't know. You have an angry face staring at your hero all game on the playmat. That is true. That is true. Yeah, I mean if you could just have the anime ones, those are just better, right? New hero looks like Kasai with extra steps. I think we're getting a warrior that's a little bit like Boltyn, going to be kind of attack action focused, but with some weapon focus as well. See you in a blaze mirror at the calling. Since when is there a Blitz calling? One thing that I'm disappointed LSS has not done this year is Team Blitz callings. Hell, Team Blitz battle hardened I'll take. Like, I'm very surprised that there wasn't very many team events this year. There was, the World Cup, but I also think that was not broadcast that well to the public. Valiant Dynamos are very likely to be good. I agree. It would be very cool to have old Victor staring at new Victor, though. That's true. Side events. Oh, okay. Blaze Mirror at the calling side event. Okay, there you go. Speaking of calling side events, I will probably be going to Chicago. But surprise, surprise, the guy that plays Warrior is not going to be playing in the main event, probably. I will probably just participate in the History of Draft event. So if you're going to Chicago, make sure you say hi to me. I'll give you one of these Dori sleeves. Ooh, hold on. Those of you who have been watching for a long time, you guys know about the whole deal. Come up, say hi to me. You get a sleeve. Okay, enough chit chat. Let's take a look at the deck list. So, between season 8 and season 9, I kind of had a big breakthrough with this deck list, and that was utilizing Iron Song Pride, getting rid of a lot of the cute cards like Nourishing, Gore Belching, Singing, Steel Blade, and just understanding the patterns that are favorable for this hero. Now, her hero text is actually different than the OG Dori's hero text. So this one specifies Dawnblade Resplendent, and when it gets go again, we can attack an additional time, which means that all of the effects like Steel Blade Supremacy, Glistening Steel Blade, effects like Iron Song Pride, these are all going to be ultra annoying because we are guaranteed to get a second hit in. So that's really the nice thing, is that when we play these cards, our opponent has to make a big decision. They either block and give us tempo, or they don't block and give us ridiculous value. So it's really quite important to play out your supremacies and your glistening. Between season 9 and season 10, we also got Unsheathed. As you can see here, there is no Spoils of War anymore. For those of you who watched the deck tech on this, I mentioned specifically that Unsheathed would be replacing Spoils of War. This card works excellently because it says base power. So the base power of Dawnblade Respondent conveniently is 2. So this guarantees to give go again, which means we're guaranteed to get our hero ability, which means we're guaranteed to attack twice, assuming that we have a yellow. If we have a blue, we can dump resources into Ironsong Versus, or we can bluff one of our 1-cost attack reacts like Ironsong Pride out for blood or puncture. So those of you with the keen eye may notice that we only have 29 cards in the main deck, which may seem absurd in Blitz, but that's because we have a large sideboard. We're going to be pulling most of these cards in. We're going to bring in 11 of these 14 cards, and which ones we bring in depend on the matchup, but it also depends on whether we go first or second. So cards like Sigil of Solace, much better if we can go first. Cards like Take It on the Chin is maybe not good in certain matchups, so we'll kind of play it by ear. Puncture, against decks with low armor, we're not going to really want that. This used to be 2 puncture. I now split it into 1 out for blood, 1 puncture, just for extra mind games. 2 puncture might be stronger, but we'll see. But yeah, so basically that's the deck list. Pretty straightforward, very synergistic deck list. This deck list is trying to do one thing, and it's trying to do it really well. And it's all about getting a counter on the Dawnblade Resplendent and basically outvaluing them with, the fridge, the power of the weapon, and the consistency of the deck, along with all the 3 blocks. Yeah, I think this deck is quite powerful. I was able to win a skirmish with this last season. I only went to 1, so I'm pretty confident that if you are a competent player playing in a skirmish, you can probably at least top 4 with this. I would be surprised if you were not able to, because I do think this is maybe not an S tier deck, but I do think this is an A tier deck. So yeah. If your warrior plays 2 weapons, you want to play Dynamos. That's pretty much it. Yeah, History of Drafts seems so cool. Dope idea. Yeah, get to relive all the 9 draft sets. Yeah. Best blocking armor in the game. Crown of Seeds would like to argue for that slot, but yeah. You got your sleeve in Tampa. Thank you for coming up and saying hi to me. Pride is fantastic versus Blaze. Yeah, this is a very, very important card because as soon as you get a single counter on your weapon, your stuff starts coming in for 3 and 4. And Blaze, there are some versions of Blaze that run D-Reacts, but in general, she's not running much. Deck looks quite similar to Season 9. I love consistency. Yeah, it's 3-card change. Unsheath replace Spoils of War, and Out for Blood replace the Puncture. We don't, if it works, right? All right, let's play some games. All right, so we need to, click on Blitz, right? And we have our deck list, public. All right, so let's just see if this works. All right, let's see if we can get an opponent. I don't know how long we have to wait, because I think Blitz is less played than the other formats, but we'll see. It means you've solved it. Yep, it works. I feel very, very comfortable playing Dorinthian Blitz. Let's just put it that way. I do like her a lot. This is how I learned the game with the original Dori. So whew. What current cards do you think will go well in a Fang deck? That's a good question. I think Oath of Steel plus all the stances are a good start. Okay, so against New, we probably want to go second just for tempo, I think. Not sure. I actually haven't played this matchup before, so. All right, we'll run the Crown of Providence because sometimes she likes to be annoying with Command and Conquer. And we'll just run standard stuff like this. Now, Valiant Dynamos may not get as much value against the daggers, so we'll have to see. I think Take It on the Chin. I think a lot of these cards are actually pretty good. I think actually the weakest cards are actually probably going to be these three. Because we may not be able to attack twice that often. So we'll see. I could also see like this could also be fine. Maybe we actually want to run like closer to lower to the ground. So like this might be better. Yeah. Is In the Swing just strictly better than Iron Song Response? It is, right? So I let's run like this. Let's keep our cost curve low. All right, let's go. All right, Scale Peeler, no surprise to see that. Some very, very annoying equipment as well. And it's a CYB new. Oh boy. Okay. Hey, this isn't CC. We're playing against Talishar Terrorist. Oh god. All right, let me. Okay, now turn the sound back on for you guys. Okay, so let's go hit and run, and we'll just swing with the Dawn Blade, and we'll Iron Song versus in the second swing. So take 2, sure. Kind of an indication maybe that the new has some non-blocking cards. So we'll go Iron Song versus, and we'll swing, and then we'll push through within the swing, which will make us a courage token. We'll arsenal this Sink Below. And, oh, we got a great hand right now. So Leave No Witnesses, pretty annoying card. Now, obviously, with the Sink Below, it's less annoying for us. I think we could just keep this hand. We kind of want to sink one of these into another attack react would be okay. So I think we could just go like this and then block with this. And then that kind of plays around the Arousing Wave, but very likely that he has another attack react. If this is like can't be a pummel, but it could be like a Razor Reflex or something. We'll see. So we'll just block with like that. We'll sink. We may not actually need to sink this because this is actually a playable hand as is. I guess if we get another attack react, it's actually better. So didn't play a blue, so there's no chance of that. Let's just sink the Precision Press. Maybe we draw another. Okay, so this is basically still the same hand. So we can play the Slice and Dice Glistening Swing and then can kind of go from there. All right, so no go again on that. So just playing another CYB, sure. So I didn't actually see what he pitched. He pitched to Art of Desire Mind. Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay, so the question is, do we play the Slice and Dice out? Or do we arsenal it? I think it's okay either way. Synergizes with Crown a little bit better. This is already coming in for a breakpoint, so I think we could just bluff that we have another attack react. So we're going to arsenal a Slice and Dice. We're just bluffing that we have like a big attack react here. So okay, so we'll Blade Flurry here. If he doesn't have a D react, we're going to get a counter, and this could get really out of hand. Okay, we got our first counter. Great. So now we swing again. So this is coming in for 6. 2 cards blocked with, sure. So now we will arsenal the Slice and Dice. So now we already have the counter, so that already synergizes well with Shift the Tide of Battle, which we haven't seen. But you know, that'll synergize even better. All right, Pitched Grains, Scale Peeler with Piercing. This is kind of annoying, but I mean, with this hand, I literally do not care, I think. This Blade Flash is a little awkward. We don't really need it. I mean, we technically need 4 resources, so I guess we can keep it. Let's just see what else is coming. Maybe there's like a Leave No Witnesses or something. Okay, sure. Scale Peeler connects, so we're under that effect. There's Codex, gonna grab Leave No Witnesses or a 1-cost thing, or or 2-cost thing. All right, so this is why we have Crown of Providence. So we can Crown, get this out of there. Now this hand's not amazing unless we draw an attack react, but we actually don't need all of our cards right now, actually. Kind of makes me want to block with like this plus Crown, but it kind of feels bad. Let's just take the straightforward play. Okay, that's a really, really good draw. That's great. We got it. Bro, your opponent's name. Yeah, we're playing against Talishar Terrorist. Oh god, he's playing new as well. All right, Arsenal's a random card. Sure. Okay, so we got another Glistening Steelblade play now. Now, this is actually interesting because we have an Ironsong Pride. The question is, do we want to like play it, right? If we farm a counter. I think the answer is yes, so. All right, over blocking by a bit, indicating doesn't have a D-react. Obviously, we won't play this here, so we say sure. Okay, so now we have extra resources, so we can pump it into verses. And then swing. Yep, so here... Now, this is actually an interesting situation, right? Because if we play the Ironsong Pride in the swing, and he has a D-react, we actually lose the counter that we farmed. I think based on his block on the first attack, he doesn't have a D-react, so I think we're just going to go for it. I'm going to punch through both of these. Okay, interesting. So this is a mistake from him. He's not supposed to play that. Okay. Sure. Okay, so that in that case, obviously we're not going to play this. So this is why like the ordering matters a lot. Sure. Okay. So we have not hit this turn, so we're not going to play this. So we're just going to arsenal it. Okay, we retain our counter, which is nice. Okay, this hand is quite nice. It is lacking one resource, though. Okay, so this is a situation where we could use our courage. This will give us the resources that we need to play Ironsong Pride. This will also allow us to use Ironsong Versus next turn, which is nice. Okay, we just block with our armor, cover it up. Okay, so we can blow courage, supremacy, pitch shift, unsheath, and swing, and demand a lot out of our opponent. So if they have a CYB or a Transcend card here, they're going to have to give us armor. Probably 2-3 blocks, the Tunic and the Stilettos. So we'll see. Okay. In this case, we are just going to hold the Ironsong Pride because it's very obvious he has a D-react. So sure. Yep, that's fine. So here it's worth it to push it over. We already saw he has a sink, so he might have a Sink or Fate still, but we kind of have to go for it. We get too much value from drawing a card here. So we go up to there. Say, do you have another D-react? No, he doesn't. We'll draw a card from Supremacy. Okay, that's not a great draw, but could be worse. Do we want to use the Ironsong versus pitching the Take It on the Chin? I think a random card is better than Take It on the Chin, so we'll go with that. So we'll Ironsong versus, and then we'll swing again, demanding cards and armor. Okay, so we're going to draw from Supremacy. Okay, that's a great arsenal target. We're going to make a Courage Token. Okay, so we can just play Sigil, gain some life. This unlikely to get to our pitch stack, but yeah, let's put the shift closer to the top. Well, Arsenal the Slice and Dice. This card's really good, so we'll definitely use it next turn. And ooh, this hand's deadly here. Ooh. Persuasive Prognosis. Very likely this is just a nick, but we can't do much about it. So we just have to say, if you have it, you have it. If he grabs our blue, we're not that screwed, actually. We still have 2 resource cards. Kind of annoying, though. So we just have to pray that the top of our deck is not blue. So if he takes our red, we still have 2 go against sources, so we're fine. So, yeah. Play your just a nick. Or stir the pot into mask. Okay, that's totally fine. So yep. So the hit and run is the least valuable card. So we'll get rid of that. Okay, so now we can go Slice and Dice, Unsheathed, and just swing in. Or we could hold the Slice and Dice back because we could draw a Shift the Tide of Battle, but we already have counters on a weapon, so we just need to keep, because we have Iron Song Pride out, we need to keep the pressure up. So we're going to play out this Slice and Dice. I'm going to play out the Unsheathed. Iron Song versus now because it's more likely to hit on our first attack because we have a Blade Flurry. And that'll, if it does hit, it'll make the second attack more powerful as well. So no blocks. We play the Blade Flurry, coming in for 11, going down to 3, and poke him again for 11. Get wrecked. No blocks. All right, I presume that's game. All right, CYB, sure. Homage, sure. Double count, sure. Go to 1. Okay. Sure. So now we can Slice and Dice. Actually, oh, hold on. We don't have go again. Hold on. Hold on. We have to play the shift. So we need to pitch the Take It on the Chin. And pitch the Slice and Dice for our turn. And we use the shift in the Iron Song response. So we go... So is there any situation where it matters what we pitch first? If we pitch Take It on the Chin, it gives him less information. But we already played the Slice and Dice and took it back, so he already knows. So we'll just go like this. So if he doesn't have a D-React, he's kind of screwed. Sure. So we'll shift. Okay, then we'll swing again. So this is one of those situations where we kind of wish we had a blue, but... Okay, Rising Sun, Setting Moon. Sure. And Path Ultra. Okay, so he doesn't have a blocking card. Okay, so we can actually just kill him here. Yeah. Okay, so... I presume he put a blocking card. He put the non-blocking card on the bottom, so he drew a blocking card. But it doesn't matter because we have an Iron Song response, so... Sure. So we just ask him another question right now, like this. And he's going to die. That came from hand, so Prize is online. And he has a no block in hand. So he's dead. GG. Yeah, interesting deck. Talishar Terrace says, good game. Good game. Yeah, interesting list. It's basically the cut down version of the CC deck. Which kind of tells you that, you know, if they ever made adult Dorinthia Quicksilver Prodigy, she'd actually be pretty good. Yeah. Interesting. Good game. Good game. Okay. I think that was quite instructive on how to play the deck. Let's see. How's the Data Doll match? No idea. I haven't played her. Blitz is popping off for Skirmish season. I agree. I love Blitz. Popular in the lobbies, yeah. Crown is gone. I mean, the bet's legal. Yeah, I know. I was just messing with you. Blaze goated. Definitely one of the best decks. Do you think Fang would be another combo deck, kind of like Boltyn, where you set up for a big combo turn? I think so, but because you have to play a Draconic card or you lose your fealty, you have to kind of maintain pressure. So, hi Josh. I wanted you to take a look at the Dorinthia CYB from LL. What? The meta there seemed to have a lot of rune blades, and when I tested in the LL armor here, it felt like it was quite playable. The LL rune blades should murder a CYB decks that don't have disruption. Unless I'm missing something. Like Scalata means you just die. CYB Great X Dori is real in this format? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But I refuse to acknowledge that that is a deck. Okay, this deck is awesome. I'm getting those dynamos now. Yeah. You can definitely play them in a lot of different things. I like Dori Jubil CYB. Every attack is 5 value, on hit courage, on hit spellbane. Have you tried it with grains? On hit grains token. Data Doll is not a good match. You used to be able to fatigue her, but you can't anymore. I haven't even played a game against her, so I don't even know. Adult Quicksilver Prodigy already exists. It's called Kasai. That is not true. And she's way faster than you most of the time. Just have to hope she bricks. Yep, that seems about right. I can't play any skirmish events this season, but I'm definitely going to jam some Dori Quicksilver Prodigy plus Levia over the next month. Thanks for the updated list and content. You're welcome. Did you post a list link, by the way? No, I did not. Let's do that. So make this public. Copy, paste. Loki, an adult Quicksilver would be better than Kasai Hatchets. I agree. Dynamos feel really good. Swing, swing, remove, swing, swing, remove. Yep. I'd love to see an adult version of this story. I agree. I think she would be cool. I think she would be terrifying because you slip once against Glistening Steel Blade and you have a permanent problem. So the feels bad in Blitz are much lower because you just feel bad for 6 turns instead of 15. All right. Ah, Mr. Metal. All right. They're playing Boltyn. All right. I respect it. Okay, so Boltyn generally does not draw cards, so we'll run Crown, and we'll just run our normal stuff here. So against Boltyn, we don't really want no blocks, so we're probably not going to play the Sigils. I think we kind of just run like this. We probably don't need the response. Or the, sorry, I think the 0 cost ones are more valuable than the 1 cost ones, so we'll just take that out. So I think we'll play like this. There's also an argument to not playing the... Yeah, I think this is okay. The more and more I play, the more and more I'm like, Pride is pretty much a main deck card. So, all right, let's play like this. All right, good old Raiden. We got standard equipment here. Soul Bond Resolve, really good. And I believe he is going first. So, ooh, turn 0, charging of Spirit of Arena, pretty good. So this could be a Courageous Steel hand. We kind of want to deny him that soul, so we're going to double block. The question is, what do we double block with? We block with this for sure, but Glistening Steel Blade is one of the power cards. So I think we just block like this, and we try to draw a blue, and we just put pressure on with Unsheath. We Arsenal the Glistening for a better turn. Alternatively, we could block with the boots. I think like this is just better. Yeah, that's fine. Just like this. All right. Okay, hopefully we draw blue. Decent chance we will. Okay, so we can play this in several ways. We could just play the run through for +2, or we could try to convert it into a Iron Song versus counter. Think we just convert it into 2 damage. It's better than 1 damage. Okay, no blocks from Boltyn. Yeah, we'll just play it out. Giving us 2 damage on our next attack. Okay, no blocks again. Likely has a Lumina. Oh god, this hand's nutty. Alright, Express Lightning, sure. So there's no on-hit effect of this, so we're not going to block this. So we basically have Supremacy swing. This costs 1, this costs 1, this costs 1. So we're going to have to break Courage next turn. So we can go this, this, this on this attack, and then we could go hit and run into swing again, using this to power a turn. So we're definitely not blocking this turn. We are basically... I'm guessing he's going to flash an Illumina. So he didn't give this go again. So going to play a Lumina, and then we're going to have to block a bit. Maybe he has 2 Luminas, actually. So that actually could be... That could be concerning if this is actually 2 Luminas. Could be a Beacon as well. And tutor for a Lumina. So we're definitely blocking 5 on this. Question is, do we even block 6? Because if he tutors for a Lumina and this hits, it's really bad. So we actually might want to block 6, which is very interesting and something you generally wouldn't do. This plays around Lumina in hand. This plays around Beacon in hand. If he has Lumina in hand, he'll get an action point back. If it's Beacon, his turn's actually shut down if it's Beacon. So, yeah, I think we'll just go like that. And do we need to convert this into something? I think we're actually fine just holding that. It's actually scarier when we don't sink anything. So, all right, gonna give it go again with Boltyn, sure. Okay. Okay, swinging again. So we aren't using our dynamos, so we'll just, or we are going to use our dynamos. And we're not blocking with cards from hand, so we might as well just get the value from this now. Now this, does this get punished in any other way? If he has Lumina in hand, we actually get slightly punished, but we can't play around it with this hand. So if he has Lumina in hand, he has Lumina in hand. All right, steal hand, sure. Sure. So that's interesting. He didn't steal hand on the... Well, yeah, it makes sense that he didn't steal hand on the first one, so... Okay, sure. So Banner of Courage got put into a soul, so that's pretty good for him. All right, we'll break Courage. We'll play Glistening. And this is basically saying you need to block, sir. So here we go. Now, it's only coming in for 4. It's not that bad. But, yeah. The rules do not apply to Quicksilver Prodigy. Because we're going to get our value from the... So he did put it into Soul, which means Soulbound is active. So this is not going to hit. So we don't play this now. So he's going to carry 1 prevention over, which is fine. Okay, play hit and run. And we put more pressure on. And if he blocks exact again, I'm going to be very sad. Because this is actually really, really, really key, the Soul Bond resolve. Okay. So he wants to keep his hand. If he blocks with a card, that's actually... If he blocks exactly 8, that's actually the best thing he can do. That's actually really, really good if he blocks exactly 8. So... And a card from hand. You know what to do. Metal's a very good player. I expect him to block 8 here. So we're probably going to Arsenal the Ironsong Pride and just move on from there. Okay, never mind. Okay. So Warpath, declining that. Soul Bond, declining that. Okay, so now we would Pride. Now, if he has the thing that... Saving Grace, yeah, then this would shut that down. Nicely played. Saving Grace, really good card. Okay, we will pass the turn. Okay, so now we're going to have to play a little bit more small ball with him. Now, this is a very annoying card. If he has an attack react, we're actually kind of screwed. Because we didn't draw a sink here. He has the steel hand. He's going to get to draw. Very nice. Okay, so with this hand, we're basically actually trying to set Steelblade Supremacy into the arsenal. We're not really trying to play with this hand. So we'll just block. All right, instant speed Lumina. It's drawn pretty hot. Drawn pretty hot. I wonder if he drew the Lumina from that. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. We'll see. Okay, not giving this go again, which is an indication a little bit on its hand. Okay, we'll arsenal this. I wonder if there's any world where we can fatigue Boltyn. I don't think so, but that might be our only play. Beaming Bravado, sure. So he used 2 Luminas already. Used 2 Steel Hands. He hasn't used a beacon yet is the issue. So we could actually die to a beacon if we don't block exact here. Ugh. That's actually bad. Okay, so we need to draw a sink or a sink or a sigil. Well, we didn't side in sigils. We need to draw our sink below ASAP. And basically bait out a beacon because he has 5 soul right now, which is kind of ridiculous. And this is the Power Spirit Arena. You draw this very early, you have a really, really good game. Okay, so this is playing around beacon for 5. Sure. I'm gonna give this go again, sure. Okay. I'm gonna play with Raiden, sure. So we're not keeping this hand, basically, is what he's saying. If there's some miracle we keep our hand... There's basically no situation where we keep this hand, so we could just block down. Okay, Cataclysm. Interesting. All right. Going down to 1 soul, but he probably still has enough damage to kill us, so we'll see. Ooh! E-Strike for 7. Well played, sir. All right, GG. So, yeah, Boltyn can definitely get there. Soul Shields are really good. And drawing Spirit on turn 0 is also very good. Soul Bond Resolve is actually pretty ridiculous as well against the baby pumps. So that's actually something to keep in mind. Maybe I was supposed to play with more standard pumps. So, but having armor plus 4D reacts is a good strategy in general. Good game. All right. Okay, those of you just joining us, we are playing this deck here. I think I drew above average maybe a little bit. Well, Boltyn can be very, 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 very explosive if you have a good, smooth hand. But I think you played very well. Having the D react on that key turn is also really good. So yeah, we're playing Dori Quicksilver Prodigy for those of you just joining us. This is the deck list we've been playing. Is that deck list metal basically the normal Boltyn, but kind of just slimmed down a little bit? It looked very similar to the standard CC one, but just 2 copies instead of 3. All right, let's play some more games. That's the nice thing about Blitz games. They're so fast. We finished 2 games already in like 20 minutes. Yeah, it's basically just CC. Yeah, that's a nice thing to do. You just slim down Boltyn a bit. Oh God, it's Arakni. I'm not actually sure if I'm supposed to go first or second. Let's go first. So Arakni. So I'm used to playing as the other Arakni. This one, double stealth attacks. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting. I have not played against this in a while. Since we're going first, I think we'll take the sigils. Huh. We're like never siding in out for blooded puncture, it seems like. I guess when we're playing against brutes, we'll bring those in instead of the sigils. But then without Reinhardt, is it really that dangerous to take these? I don't even know. All right, let's just run it like this. See how it goes. Solitary is busted. Yeah, I think I from my memory, this hero is very strong. I think we want to get cards from his hand, so I think we go Goblet. Maybe Arsenal the hit and run. That's not really the greatest Arsenal target. So I think we go Versus and swing just to get cards out of his deck. So Redback Shroud is going to be pumping up all those 1-cost outsider assassin reacts. So, yeah. This is actually very dangerous because we have temper equipment and he has shred. So we got to be really careful now. All right, sure. All right, this hand's pretty good. I mean, this hand does not have an attack react. That is an issue. So we might have to block in a bit. So I think this is going to be a very educational game. There is a big threat of getting fatigued in this matchup. So, okay. So the stupid thing is that this has go again. So we don't even know if he's going to attack react this a bunch, or is he going to... The thing that we actually have to worry about is coming in second. So, yeah, he has 3 attack reacts just available right here, just sitting there. And we don't have a D react, so we can't play around it. So we just have to make him have it. And if bonds hit, it's not that bad. I mean, obviously, we're going to lose both copies of Steelblade Supremacy, so that's bad, but it's not like we're losing 3 copies. We're going to lose 2 copies, so... yeah, I think we just block like that and make him have it. He did block with a shred, which kind of indicates that he has attack reacts in hand. So, yeah. And we called his bluff correctly. Nice. Okay, Scar for Scar. So what does our turn look like? We want to go Supremacy, Swing. We have a Vigor and Agility. So we actually just need Supremacy and a blue. So we actually don't need all of our cards right now. So we can block a little bit here. Now, there could be something more annoying coming later, but okay, looks like Codex of Bloodrot. Okay. Okay, so Codex of Bloodrot. So we could pay for it with the goblet. It's not bad. But let's just put him to the test first. The nice thing about hit and run is that we'll be able to see how he blocks, and then we can either play the goblet or we can use it to block the bloodrot pox. Okay, over blocking slightly, concealed blade, art of desire. Sure. Okay, so indicating, so whenever your opponent overblocks, it indicates they don't have a D-react, so sure. So we can go hit and run, Iron Song versus swing, or we could float one to pretend that this is a pump. I think it's okay to just use the verses now, though. So let's go hit and run versus swing for 8. Basically demanding his armor. Also, there's a chance that this one of these is a 2-block because he's probably running codexes. We saw he's running Scar for Scar. So ASC is a blast to play. Hyped to see what chaos he has in store for him in CC. Yeah. ASC is a monster, and I'm scared to see what the Hunted gives him. Both are true statements. Okay, so we drew an in the swing. So we can deploy the goblet. Or we can use it to block 2 damage. I think there's a decent chance we draw a go again source next turn, so I don't think we need a quicken token or a agility token. So I think we're actually going to use a goblet to block instead of play it out. All right. And we got a go again source, so we're good. Okay, this hand actually plays very smoothly because we have enough resources for everything. Leave no witnesses is pretty annoying. We don't desperately need the in the swing, so I think we just shuffle this out of here. Like this. Something like that. Do we want to use our armor as well just to cover this up so we don't lose the top card? I don't think it really matters right now. He's already down to 11. So, and because he's running Scar for Scar, I don't think he's running D-React, so I don't think we're gonna have trouble. We're gonna have trouble closing the game. So I think we'll just block for 3. And yeah, we'll just tuck the in the swing away. If we can draw into another attack react, that would be nice. But sure, that's fine. Okay, Spreading Plague. Yeah, that's pretty good. Gonna give us 2 blood rot. Because we defended it twice, sure. Pitching a Death Touch, okay. Sure. Gonna banish our Sink Below, that's not good. Okay, so I think we actually use the Iron Song versus here because we're more likely to use the Iron Song Pride on the first attack than the second attack. Can't we just play everything out? That makes sense. Oh, I miscalculated the resources. Oh, we didn't have a Vigor token. Oops. So that's actually a miscalculation there. Oops. Oh, well. Is what it is. I thought we had a token, but we had a Courage token, not a Vigor token. Okay, so then we actually have to pitch this card, which is, ugh, that's bad. Oh well. Sure. So we're going to take 4 damage from the Blood Rot because we're silly geese. I mean, we did get a Courage token, so it's not like we didn't convert it. So, okay. Codex of Frailty. Leave no witnesses. So we're going to pitch the Blade Flash, Swing, Glint, Blade Flurry. So I think we're just going to Arsenal the Sink Below, so who cares? Sure. Hit me with Leave No Witnesses. Going to banish our In the Swing. Sure. All right, so let's calculate our resources carefully. We use 1, 2, and then attack again is 3. So we're good. So this is obviously screaming that we have a glint or a run through. Okay, he didn't block. Swing again for 6, presenting another big question. I'm lacking the equipment loadout. From him or from me? I think this is a very thematic equipment loadout as well. Concealed Blade again, sure. Okay, so he's at 3. We're going to Arsenal and Sink Below. We have a hand that's very functional. Okay, there's the Razor's Edge. So we'll sink, obviously, to stop the Blood Rot from hitting us. We could have sank the Sigil. Double Razor's Edge. All right, well, we already lost our sink, so it's not like we... Okay, gonna Flick Knives, sure. So he flicked the Scale Peeler at us. Sure, so now the Dynamos aren't going to be blocking very well. Sure, Infect's going to hit us. Codex going to be very annoying now. Well, Leave No Witness is actually not that annoying. But the fact that we can't block with our armor is the annoying thing. So none of our armor actually blocks for anything, so there's no point in block. Well, these block for 1, but they would die if I blocked with them. So I think we just play around with the Sigil. Basically, just mess with them. Okay, there goes our blue slice and dice. Sure. The Sigil having a large mind game here. Okay, we're going to Arsenal the Sigil. Make him overextend slightly. Okay, so he really wanted to keep 2 cards, which is interesting. Now, we do have a D-React sort of here, and we have a health D-React here as well. We really don't want this to hit us. So we might need to just jam 5 and kind of move on with life. It's good that he doesn't... He doesn't have his Flick Knives anymore, so... I think this is an okay block. We might want to block less, though. This plays around 2 reacts. Like, if he has 2 plus 3 reacts, but he already double Razor's Edged us, so... It could be double Shred. He could have a We haven't seen a red shred. It could be a yellow shred plus something. I don't know. I feel like I don't need to play around 2 reacts. I need to play around 1 react. Maybe like this is better. He shreds this down to 0. And I'm still blocking 2 on 1. I think this is the best block. Hopefully I don't regret this. All right, block 4. I don't think there's a way that these 2 cards can get this to connect. Okay, I was right. Okay. Now what? Okay, it was an Easter egg. Interesting. Okay, so I think we go this, this, this. We would go to 1. I think that's fine. Yeah, these can't be used on his own turn. Or on my turn. Okay, this game going real down to the wire now. Uh-huh. Okay, this is a cheeky pump here. Blocking for 6, sure. And this is basically going to demand more cards. If he blocks for 6, we play the Sigil, Arsenal, the Pride. If he blocks... Oh, there's no... He has no more armor. He has to block for 6, so we just play this out. Arsenal, the Ironsong Pride. So we are going to lose our counter, but that's okay. We'll get it back. All right. So here's where we need to use our courage. Do we use the glistening or the... Well, I think we use the run through for our go again because him being at 1, there's no point in farming counters. So we'll brick the courage. We will swing Dawnblade pitching. Oh, we don't have to pitch anything because we have the courage activated, of course. Yeah, so we have 1 resource for this, 1 resource for this. And we'll pay with it with the glistening. All right, blocking 6 again. Sure, so we'll run through pitching this. Give it go again. And then we'll swing again. And this should get him. Yep. GG. We even had a little bit of overkill there because we had the Pride and the Solace. GG. Fred got slacks. Okay. Yeah, there's... Okay, so the spike with Blood Rot is how you use the Redback Shroud. And this is what I was waiting for, these 1-cost ones from Outsiders. Interesting deck list. This the 1 Scar for Scar is really spicy. Oh, he had 2. Okay, so Scar for Scar, Easter egg, you know, the Surgicals, Codexes, Leave No Witnesses, some blues. It's a pretty cool deck. Gamers, I'm so late. Well, when you're late to Blitz, you already missed 3 games, bro. What are your thoughts on using Brave for Bridges instead of Ironsong versus? That's a good point. Uh, that's actually interesting. I think I like the Iron Song versus slightly more because you can incentivize them to block the first attack. So that turns on a few more lines of play. More likely that Glint gets reprised, that Iron Song response gets reprised, that, you know. Yeah. Have they played Just a Nick? Nope. I don't know if they were playing Just a Nick. Yeah. All right, guys. Once again, this is the deck list that we're playing. Very similar to Season 9. I feel like we're not playing these very much, but we just haven't played against brutes, so. And I don't even know if... I don't know. Sigil of Solace seems good. I don't know. What do you guys think about this sideboard here? We haven't sideboarded in these cards very often, which makes me think maybe they should even be poppers, just to help with the Prism matchup. Like CNC Nourishing. Oh, bless. I actually own all these cards. Yeah, I mean, if you're a warrior player, you got this deck in your repertoire. The only thing you may not have is the actual hero card in the weapon. Unless you bought the DVR deck. So even if you bought the DVR deck, you still have to get another glistening, but yeah. Any room for Oasis? I don't think Oasis is very good. We don't have Tunic on our list. I mean, the only reason you would run, like, if you want hate for Blaze, you would just run Arcane Polarity, maybe. I don't know. All right, let's play some more games. Any of you in the chat going to Chicago? If so, are you playing in the main event or are you playing side events? I know most of the viewers here are from the States, so makes more sense for them. Florian. Do we want to go first, second against Florian? Tempo seems important. I think we want to go first and then not attack them. I think it's the best play. All right. So I think... So do we run Arcane Barrier against Florian? That's an interesting question. I don't think we do. I think we just run like this and we just really try to get in there and kill him. Yeah, I think we don't run our Sink Belows here. I think we just run maybe one less, take it on the chin. Basically use the sigils as our... Yeah, I think like this would be the best against Florian. All right. This is all an experiment. I have not played against Florian before. I'm not going to go in the call. I'm not going to play in the calling, but maybe the Battle Hardened. Isn't the Battle Hardened also LL? Yeah, 7 power poppers would be better. So that would be Battlefront Bastion probably would be the pick. Oh my god, it's Dread Scythe. Oh god. Well, this is awkward. I think we just filter the run through. Maybe even filter the pride. The pride's not doesn't block. I wish I could filter them both, but I can't. Oh, technically I can. I can just play it for no value. Is that actually a good play? Because then we're more likely to get cards that actually support this. But I mean, this card kind of supports this plan as well. Because if he doesn't have the other boots. So I think this is actually okay. Let's just pass. Okay, Fruits of the Forest, sure. This is not a good hand. This is not a good hand. Okay. Interesting. So he didn't even swing at us. Huh. Okay, how much pressure do we want to put on this turn is the question. This would be max pressure. I feel like we should save our supremacy. This feels bad doing this. Because if we go supremacy swing with the glistening active, this is only for 4, and our pump only brings it to 5. The chance he blocks 4 is almost 0 with his setup. He'll likely block 6. So let's just swing. This is not a good start. Not a good start. What? What? So I could play the Iron Song Pride out, get 2 counters, and then just pass. That might be the best play, right? Yeah, let's just do that. This is a weird block. I don't know if this is good or bad. Oh, he had a sink below. Damn it. Okay. Well, our whole turn going to shit. Sure. Your turn, bro. Okay, we might need to consider our pitch stack. Let's start our pitch stack with the glistening. So when we see the hit and run, we know the next card is glistening. Mage Master Boots to play Read the Runes. Okay. Sure, you have Go again. Now what? Pseudo Go again. Okay, Sonata. Okay. Searching for another Rune Blood incantation, sure. Okay. Well, I think we just put pressure on with Supremacy. We'll see where we can go with the Glint. This is Sink and Arsenal. That's actually the worst case scenario for us. Okay, he should let this resolve before playing his D-React. Yellow reduced to rune chant. Oh boy. We're in for this type of game. Maybe we can fatigue the Florian, maybe. Because he doesn't have grasp. He hasn't even done the earth thing yet either. What the heck is going on? Okay, so we're going to Arsenal the hit and run. So he has denied us value off our dynamos pretty well so far. Is Starvel still that big of an issue in LL? Well, there's a lot of issues in LL. Reduced to rune chant, sure. CYB Oldham, but I don't think that's real. I think the aggro decks are generally good enough that CRB shouldn't be a problem. We had to reinforce clock rules at Armory because of it. Oh my god. People bringing CYB Oldham to LL Armories? That's not good. All right. Best draw would be another sigil. Okay, that's not a good draw. All right, we'll play the sigil, gain some life. Arsenal the hit and run. Okay. So it looks like our opponent's trying to OTK us because we don't have what's it called? Oh, that's Plume, not even the other one. Okay. Okay. I don't know what just happened. He targeted Fruits of the Forest, played Fruits of the Forest to gain 2 life. Is that really the best way to use Plume? Surely not. Okay, so we have to go hit and run. Swing, pitch. So we're going to use Puncture this turn. I'm going to Arsenal the shift. No blocks from our opponent. Sure, take 2. This is an ultra defensive Florian deck. But we've done well in terms of like pressuring him, but I don't know if 26 life is going to be able to get out of OTK range. He wants double decomp. I mean, I guess that gives him more earth cards in there, I guess. I'm seeing Turtle Vis, but green. Yeah, exactly. There was a CYB Oldham, non-CYB Oldham game for LL Armory last week. Oh god. You just got to bring Prism to scare them. You bring Prism enough, the Oldhams will keep their decks in the bag. Okay, take 6. Yellow Rootbound Carapace. All right. This guy's deck is an OTK Florian deck. Sure. I will heal. Again, I don't know if 26 life is enough, but we'll see. We just have to put pressure on him so he can't use his thing that makes a bunch of rune chance when he gains life. Okay, this hand's acceptable. Okay. How many rune chants are you gonna make, bro? I don't know why he's doing this when he hasn't decomposed yet, but okay. Okay, finally attacking. Okay, here comes all the rune chants. Oh boy. Okay, so okay, so we basically want to Dynamo plus take it on the chin, block the Dread Scythe. And then we can't, well, this. Player Arsenal, this is acceptable. Okay, so we just basically have to take all the rune chants. Okay. We may not. Oh, we don't actually have to play the Shift the Tide of Battle out. We can play the Goblet, Slice and Dice, Swing. We can also use Iron Song versus. Am I missing something? Why no armor? He used his armor already. Mage Master Boots to play Read the Runes. Plume to grab back stuff. Bark Skin just to put more Earth cards in there. This is why I always bring AB. I got goofies in my region that play these kind of decks. Hey, like I said, dude, Sigil is my AB. Opponent is inactive. Hello? I don't think he could kill me from 13 now. Okay, there we go. Okay. Opponent has returned. You got goofies in your region. That's a good way to put it. I like that. Goofies. It's interesting. So I can't use Sigil on my turn. Okay. I guess this also technically cuts down Heart of Fendel, but... Alright, so let's go Slice and Dice. We take these, yeah. How confident do you feel into the Blaze matchup with this deck? I think it's fine. Warrior has always been traditionally decent into Wizard. They're so funny until they do it to me. Oh. Alright, so gonna take one. Or three, sure. No Rootbound Carapace Blue? Okay. So we can Iron Song versus, we can Blood Run. And swing. We're likely to crown the Shift away because this has just been sitting here. No blocks. Okay, so very likely has a Germinate or the life, Arcane Seed's life. Okay, gonna Plow Under, sure. Goodbye to my arsenal, sad. Okay, this hand is decent though. Okay, so we need one resource for this. 2, 3. We already have this, so we're actually good. So we actually don't need any resources. But I don't know how many chances we're going to get to block with our armor, so I feel like blocking with armor is good. So I think like this. We are taking 1 damage that isn't arcane, which is a little bit suboptimal, but that's okay. So we can actually use the Iron Song versus, because we have 1 extra resource because we have a vigor. We also could block 3, block with shift, because we don't need shift. That might be better. That might be better. That means we play out our whole hand, though, and then he can block perfectly. I think it's fine, though. I think it's fine. He likely has a D-react next turn anyway, so we're just putting pressure on. That's the nice thing about Dori, is that when you draw like power cards like this and you have Go Again, you could just... You got the Twinning Blade on a stick, so... Alright. Don't pummel me, please. Thank you. Alright, so we this game we have taken 0 physical damage and we've taken 14 arcane damage. Okay. I mean, he doesn't have grasp, so like the only way for him to, like, if he swings this 12 times, we die, sure. Yeah. He doesn't have armor right now, so this is just going to be Breakpoint City right now. The first one's not going to be a Breakpoint, though, because this is only coming in for 6. But the second one's going to be annoying, because it'll be base 3, 4, 5, 6, it'll be 8. With an Iron Song versus activation. Ooh, no blocks. Really? You got a D-react in hand, D-react in arsenal? No. Okay, just letting it hit. Sure. Okay, we draw Slice and Dice. Interesting. I think we just play it out. It's going to get in +3. Huge attack for 11. I think he's trying to make more rune chance, but, like, you don't have the life wiggle room to do that. Yeah, there's the Arcane Seed's life that he desperately wanted to actually play. Certainly you're not taking 8 and dying here, right? Okay, there's Rootbound from Arsenal. Going to 1. Nope. Okay, taking 1. Sure. Ooh. Okay, so he had a no block in hand. Okay, Run Through is a decent card. We'll take it. Refresh our dynamos, put this into Arsenal, move on with our life. Alright, looks like he gave up. Okay. Yeah, this hand actually was bad. It was actually like 4, 5 reds there, so don't blame him. This type of style is I mean, if he started the game, maybe started with Blessing, maybe he can get there, but the Thistle Bloom life has to hit at the right time. So it's hard to do it though. All right, good game. All right, those of you just joining us, we're playing this deck list here. All right, let's play maybe one more game. I feel like we've had a decent spread of different decks. Oh God, it's Victor. I think we still run Crown. Victor's not likely to draw 2 cards. All right. I like a lot of these cards. I kind of like, I don't know, like this. We keep on not bringing in these 3 cards. It makes me think these should just be poppers. This is also less good because they're not 3 blocks. This just gives us an agility token, which is okay, but this deck should have enough go again. It doesn't matter. Huh. Okay, no tunic from Victor. Okay. Tech plating pass, sure. We'll sigil. Heave your pulverize. Okay, so he's committed to playing this. So we're basically just playing these out. Arseling and Overpower to crown away. Okay, Sink Below loses against Disable, sure. Trounce. Oh, he lost one of them. He's going to re-roll and reveal a Golden Sun, of course. Sure. But he's not going to get to draw twice, so that's good for us. So that's actually one less draw he's going to get. Ooh, this hand's real bad. Oh, so Ironsong Pride actually getting us in trouble here. It's actually bad. No matter what we draw, it's actually bad. It's really bad hand to get caught like this. Yeah. Well, let's just sink into Sink. Or sink into Sigil. Okay, that's not what we wanted. We shouldn't even swing at him. Give him a chance to block with a test of strength or something. We probably should have filtered with Ironsong versus, but it's okay. It's actually okay. This hand's actually fine. Sure. Overpower. He could have a pummel, which is pretty bad if that's the case. We want this overpower gone, so we definitely want to block here. We may need to use our courage as well, so I think blocking like that's fine. If we draw red, yeah, if we draw a red or a yellow, we will need to use our courage. So yeah. Should we actually use this here? It's not great. We actually have a choice on our go against Source, so I guess it's fine. Take 5. This is one of the toughest matchups for Dori in general, so let's see if we get something done, though, with this turn. Oh, we have to make our choice now, actually. Yeah, okay, we actually didn't have a choice. We had to go like this. So we're likely to... If this doesn't hit, we have to pitch this. If this does hit, we'll probably arsenal this. Depending on what we draw, of course. Gauntlet's very annoying. Still going to push over by 1, though. Okay, we drew that, which is fine. This is a good time for him to block with the civic steps, because we already have an agility. Or you might want to save it for later, though. Test to strength. So we're going to see what we draw, which actually will let us know if we should play this for no value or not. We're currently behind right now. We're going to have to pull something out here. No Surge tells me block card. What are your thoughts on the new auras spoiled, potentially having Dori dagger build? I'm pretty sure the new daggers are going to be draconic daggers, and Quicksilver daggers not good enough. The dagger damage is just not high enough. So, okay, let the Quicksilver's on top, so that... Okay, so we're not drawing, so that's fine. We could just arsenal this. It's not that bad. No. Okay, this hand's good, but we don't have an attack react. Still good, though. Might have to block, though. Which is... Oh, we pitched a red into a seismic surge. Really? What? Okay. Okay, another golden sun. Sure. I think we want to conserve our health with the... by blocking with the unsheath. So I think we block. Has overpower. We can't block with... that's unfortunate. Okay. If we don't want to take damage, we could use the... Take it on the chin. We still have some health to give, so it's not that bad. But we might draw from Supremacy. So there's that. I don't know. I don't know. I think there's a chance that we actually get damage through, but... So I think we use the Unsheathed on the second attack. Fake that we have an attack react. Seen 2 test of strengths, 1 trounce already. Turn 5, halfway through the deck. He's played 2 Golden Suns as well, so he's been drawn pretty hot. He's stressing over this card in my hand right now. He's probably going to block with gauntlets. Could also block as with the army. Just we haven't seen a visit the gold main estate, so there's that too. Ooh, overblocking. Nice. Good for us. Okay, sure. So this comes in for 5. This would bring it to 8, which is still pretty easy, but he'd have to give us the civic steps, which actually gives us, which makes the next turn nice for us. So could be like 2 cards and civic steps, 2 cards, tech plating and Aegis. He might have a 2 block in hand though. Well, that's unlikely. Guardian doesn't really play much 2 blocks. Okay, it's just going to block 3 cards, sure. He has a life lead. Makes sense. So we're going to have to draw go again, naturally. Okay. Well, we know you're going to draw the hit and run, so there's that. Okay. Sure. And that's good because then we didn't get the value out of the dynamos. So him blocking there is good. Yep, this hand plays out in a very straightforward manner. Versus Resplendent in the Swing Arsenalist. Victor's going to have to close out the game in a very brutish manner. By just being card efficient compared to me. The amount of armor that Guardian has is actually ridiculous. So. Okay, this is this is something. Okay, he breaks his gold, makes a tech plating surge, disable. Okay. So this has no effect on us because of sigil. So, all right. So we very likely just want to block. Arsenal this. Sorry, not Arsenal this. Arsenal either one of these, depending on the situation. There's 1 floating, yeah, so we're good. Okay, we refresh our dynamos, which is nice. Okay, same thing. We can go versus on the second swing. Because this is coming in for a breakpoint. And we get a choice. We either heal if he doesn't block, or we play the response if he does block. With cards from hand, of course. Opponent taking quite a bit of time to think about this. Big decision. Denying us reprise, sure. It's fine with us. Okay. A huge pulverize. Jesus. He keeps catching us with a no block in hand. God. Okay. Ironsong Pride, wrong thing against Victor, I guess. We keep getting caught by... Ugh. Just pitch into the Pride. That's unfortunate. 2 times during this game. This got us in trouble. We're down a lot of cards right now as well. I don't know how we're going to win this game. Turn 0, pulverize. Turn 0, pulverize. Okay, this is not very strong at least. This hand's actually decent for getting sub-tempo back. I think we're too low on deck to win. He hasn't seen an Ironsong response from us yet. How annoying. Thunderquake Thunk revealed. So he can't do either one of these. So he's just gonna make a surge and smack his hammer at us. I mean, he could heave the Thunderquake as well. All right, so we're gonna have to use our courage here. But we don't have go again. Ugh. Do we just block out Arsenal? One of these? Glistening doesn't even win us the game here. Take 1. And we block. Arsenal the Blade Flurry. If he heaves this Thunderquake, I'm going to be so pissed. I really hope he attacks me with the Miller's Grindstone. Make a surge and attack with it. Yeah, okay. Thank you. This is not good. We're going to lose the game. Victor's just really a bully. This is where having some poppers might be helpful. We would win once in a while the clashes. Not too likely, though. Like, even if we had 7 power stuff, it still loses to a lot of the stuff in his deck. But at least the 7 power stuff at least ties with, you know, some of these. Yeah, we can't win the game from here. God, trounce. Sure. Yeah, he's just so far ahead in deck because Guardian decks are just so efficient. When you're guaranteed to win all your clashes and you just have like 1 card 8, 1 card 14, 1 card 6, like, yeah, it's tough. Yes, Dawnblade does have minus attack from Pulverize from the couple turns ago. I mean, if you attack with the Dawnblade, it was dealing negative damage. If he had a Trounce or Test of Strength, it gives him a chance to block with it. Well, 9 Dominate. Definitely going to close this out. Like James White said at the very first Worlds, this was a mistake to print this card. You give a deck too many good blues, and it becomes oppressive. Look at Warriors blues. Now look at Guardians blues. You got Cranial Crush, Macho Grande. Yep. Good game, sir. Good game. Yep. GG, GG. Yep. Victor, pretty good. Especially with Zen running around, I think Victor's like one of the best Blitz decks that you could be playing. Too many good blues is kind of like news thing right now. Well, it's just everything. Like, when the blue count becomes too good, it's like, yeah. Ancestral Harmony versus Prayer Bellana. Don't get me started on Prayer Bellana. Prayer Bellana should have been 0 cost. If Prayer was printed in 2024 Fab, it would have been 0 cost. Exactly. It would have drawn 2 cards. You really want it. You really want to make it like the payoff really good. Let me tell you how this card should be. Okay. This card should have said, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. If they are both yellow, put them into your hand. Then charge your hero's soul. And it should cost 0. This would have been much cooler. Reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. If they are both yellow, put them both into your hand. Charge your hero's soul. That would have been better. Yeah, the whole Mystic Talent is basically like, what if blues weren't below rate? Yep. Light is definitely underrated or underdeveloped or whatever you want to call it. Okay, guys, I think that's roughly where we're going to call it. Yeah, I think this deck's pretty good. I think these two, I'm actually... These two may actually need to be swapped for... well, there's several choices. Battlefront Bastion is decent. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think is like the best? Let's see. Power equals 7. Greater than or equal to 7. Okay, we could play Agile Windup. I kind of want it to block 3, so that's going to be hard for this to do, though. It could just be Raging Onslaught. Could be 10 foot tall and bulletproof. That's pretty fun. Could be Wounded Bolt. Actually, honestly, just Raging Onslaught might actually be the best. Yeah, Blanche. Yeah, Blanche could be good too. So we want it to pop even through Triumph. We want it to like clash decently, so it needs to be 7, not 6. So basically, it has to be 7 or more, and then it's like what gains the most value. We're yeah, either Agile Windup. Like these are all decent choices. This is guaranteed 3 block. Yeah. We have to think like what is also good against what's good against Victor as well. I think Fendel's fighting spirit kind of fills the checks the most boxes. Is good against Prism, good against Victor. Like we were not bringing in puncture or like nourishing emptiness is also valid here, I think as well. But nourishing emptiness, unfortunately, none of our attack reacts really work really well with it. Cut through the facade is good into Vincent. Ooh, that's a good point. You could destroy an aura they control. When in doubt, Fendel. Fendel out, yeah. I mean, there's not very many choices. Could just go back to Gore Belching Rouse. But it doesn't have a block value. Because this actually simplifies our sideboarding a lot. So Nourishing isn't a true popper. That's true because a lot of the Prism decks are Triumph based now. So don't think it makes it into the discussion for Popper Clash. Yeah. Yeah, 7 versus 6 is a big difference because as we saw in the last game, Victor has a lot of 6 power stuff. So yeah. I think we just play 2 Fendel's Fighting Spirit. I think that's probably the best. This is a flex spot. Tune it to your local meta. So yeah, basically, so we have to bring in 11 typically. So that means, yeah, should be fairly easy to get to 11 now. Actually, I actually think now a lot of these become just main board. Like the attack reacts, I think just become main board now. I don't know. I think it really depends whether you go first or second and who you're playing against. But yeah, I think this is kind of the final product after thinking about it for a bit. All right, thanks for your help, chat, with brainstorming there. I also want this Blade Flash to be something else, but we're gonna have to wait till next set, I guess. This not being a 3 block actually annoys me a lot. This should not be a 2 block. This should be a 3 block. Let's find a better blue than Blade Flash, guys. Fatal Engagement, maybe? Or Emboldened Blade? Fatal Engagement's pretty good, I think. Morlock kill. Oh, God. Plow through. Warrior's Valor? I don't know. Clash of Agility Blue. That's a good one. That is an old school one. Play one in Boltyn Blade. Anything to replace Balance of Justice. Balance of Justice can be if there's no brutes in your meta, you don't need this. Is giving an agility token to certain heroes a bad thing? Maybe just one shunt. That actually might. Yeah. Well, that's even worse than a 2-block. It's a no block. It turns 2 cards into 2 blocks. Yeah, I don't know. Metal like Clash of Agility. I think that's actually pretty good too. You're not gonna win, but you're gonna make a statement. I don't know. Hi, new. Blue in the swing, just to get him. Any good blue generics? I mean, Epot always jumps to mind, Time Snap and all those, but I don't. Decimator Great Axe. Just you come against a victor, just swing axe at them and annoy them. That actually might be the play. Oh God. Yeah, Emboldened Blade looks like it's the highest. Blue Agile Windup is also up there. Last Ditch Effort. Actually, that might be the play. Last Ditch Effort. Last Ditch Effort. That's actually interesting. Yeah, I think Emboldened Blade actually has the highest upside, to be frank. You also get the bonuses then when you play this IRL. You can blow things up. Yeah. Last Ditch Effort does make us soft to Codex, potentially. Potentially. Screw it. We'll just add the Emboldened Blade. Goodbye, Blade Flash. All right, we're done. This is the deck. Good luck at your skirmishes. All right, if you guys want a screen grab, here you guys go. There you go. Have I told you about when I routed a Soul Shield back into the opponent's hand and then Emboldened Bladed it the next turn? It was glorious and he was never the same. Oh, okay. That's actually a synergy I never even thought about. Routing a D-React that costs pitch on a not threatening turn just to blow it up with Emboldened Blade. It's pretty good. Not gonna lie, that's thinking outside the box there. I like it. All right, guys. I'm gonna wind down here a little bit. Gonna continue to take my Dayquil, NyQuil. This thing apparently is very dangerous. This is a nasal spray, and this is the generic version of Afrin. Now, you guys might have seen a YouTube video about Afrin. There's like a comedy bit. It's pretty funny. But basically, that stuff is like classified as like medium addictive, and I can see why. I used it for 2 days, and I'm already like, ooh, I really like that. So, do a wellness check on me next week. Make sure I'm not addicted to Afrin. That shit is like a wonder drug. All right, for those of you guys going to Chicago, I will see you guys in Chicago. No, I will not be playing Warrior in Living Legend, so sorry about that. But if you do see me in Chicago, come up and say hi. I'll give you a Dori sleeve. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this, I guess this was a deep dive into the Quicksilver Prodigy. As deep as you're gonna get, basically. I don't think a lot of people are making Blitz content on Warriors, so. Alright, good luck in your skirmishes. Take care. Bye-bye.